Hello everyone, welcome to another food review. Boy, we have one for you today. I have had, whatever, you'll find out, grand plans of chicken madness. You know, with March Madness kicking off, I thought with all of these fast food chains who are introducing new chicken sandwiches these days, I thought using the theme of the tournament would be a fantastic way to look at these sandwiches, assess them, and find out which one is superior. So going into this, I had this bracket set. Chicken Madness, you know, I was keeping it simple. There's quite a few sandwiches that could have been considered, but I wanted to keep it manageable. We're going to have Popeyes versus Wendy's, and then McDonald's versus KFC, and then see the winner. So I picked those four, but really there are quite a few more restaurants that have put out a new chicken sandwich in the last year or two. This whole chicken sandwich wars idea was kind of kicked off by Popeyes in 2019 when they came out with their sandwich, and it was an immediate, huge success. Popeyes came out with it. I think there was kind of a Twitter war between Chick-fil-A and Popeyes. Demand for this Popeyes sandwich was through the roof. It was, lines around the block, nationwide shortages, and even murder in lines. It was pretty serious. So that kicked it off. When Popeyes' demand was huge, there was a little beef between Chick-fil-A and Popeyes on Twitter. And then, I mean, with that specific event, and then just a general trend of consumers, kind of gravitating towards these chicken sandwiches, a lot of other national chains have followed suit since then. KFC put out a sandwich in May 2020. Wendy's put out a sandwich in October 2020. McDonald's and Burger King both put out sandwiches in February of this year, as well as numerous regional chains. Now is where it gets interesting, because I had a plan. The plan completely fell apart. So the editor for this video is going to have their work cut out for them, because we're going to be jumping around and we're going to be trying to make this work. So remember, one last time, this was the original plan. KFC was the first place I went. They did not have chicken sandwiches. They didn't have them. They were out. So, crossing out KFC. I mean, honestly, they deserved to lose, because I showed up there wanting one. They didn't have it. I think we'll find supply and demand a common theme as we look at this and think about it and reflect on the experience I've had tonight. Okay, KFC off. Popeyes. Popeyes showed up there. There was no line for once, but I should have known better why there wasn't a line. Pulled up to the speaker, and they informed me that their system was down and that they would not be able to take my order because their system was down.
Thank you for choosing Popeyes, but unfortunately we cannot take any order. Our system is down.
So, Popeyes also is not being assessed today. Sad but true. I still have not had this Popeye sandwich. I mean, I know they fix a lot of their supply issues, but I've tried a few times and it's just something that hasn't happened for me yet. So, very disappointing about Popeyes. And then, Wendy's. Wendy's was just straight up closed by the time I got there. I'd spent a lot of time in the Burger King, well, Surprised I went to Burger King, but I spent a lot of time in the Burger King drive-thru. So maybe if I hadn't spent so much time there, I could have gotten to Wendy's before they closed at 9. So not necessarily blaming Wendy's here, kind of my fault, but nonetheless, they are out. So that leaves us with one of the original players, McDonald's. I decided I'd go with the spicy variety for all of these. So I got the spicy chicken sandwich in this little bag. Kind of funny, this isn't something you typically see at McDonald's, this little bag, foil-lined bag. At McDonald's you have the paper or you have the box. But it is, it does remind me of something. And I guess the editing may be out of order, but Chick-fil-A, I've already eaten this, but I'll probably have to splice this in later. But, standard Chick-fil-A bag, foil lined. McDonald's new crispy chicken sandwich is in the same bag. Really makes you think, McDonald's kind of changing their game and trying to imitate Chick-fil-A. Kind of makes you think, who's in power here? Doesn't seem to be mighty McDonald's. So I guess we'll see what the sandwich offers. Well, it kind of looks like Chick-fil-A too, but pretty much worse. It's had to make the trip home from the restaurant, but I didn't do this much damage to it. It's flat. It doesn't look terrible. It's fine. I can deal with it being flat. I picked the quick trip fish sandwich, and that thing, I could barely tell where the bun was and the patty was, so we can't hate on it just for being flat. Okay. So, top of the bun, I believe that is our spicy mayo. One pickle, decided to stick to the bun, so that is on the top. And a little breading is on it. So, toasted bun, toasted smushed bun, spicy mayo, a pickle. This looks like a standard McDonald's pickle that would be on any of their sandwiches. We will remove this pickle. Patty. Kind of looks like Chick-fil-A, a little bit worse. I'll give them benefit of the doubt. It had to survive like a 15-minute drive home. So maybe if I would have had it fresh out of the drive-thru, it would have looked better. But, kind of looks like imitation Chick-fil-A, but worse. And then the bottom we just have sitting on a plain old bun, toasted. Okay, so the McDonald's Smush Chick-fil-A imitation spicy chicken sandwich. Giving it a go. Bottoms up. Okay. Yeah, very, very unspectacular. Perfectly average. I can't hate on it. It's not bad. Just not good. I shouldn't say that either. It's just not. It's just perfectly average. The patty. It's just average. It's dry. It's not like Chick-fil-A. It's a solid patty. If I made it at home or got it at Quick Trip or, wasn't expecting too much, it's fine. It's not bad. But it's not amazing. I'd say the most disappointing thing about it, though, for me, is the spicy part of it. You know, the spicy part is not in the breading at all. It's just in the spicy mayo. So, you know, the first few bites, there's no spiciness at all until you get to that mayo. And even the mayo, you know, it's not that spicy. It's sweet, a little flavor. Yeah, I mean, there's really nothing spicy about it. Pickles, you know, standard McDonald's pickle, which is fine. I don't love McDonald's pickles. They're fine, but it doesn't add too much to this sandwich. So, fine sandwich. I don't hate it. It's just the patty's perfectly average. The fact that they call it spicy and it's not, the spice lives in the mayo, and that itself is not even spicy. That's really just the part that's most disappointing. Burger King, someone I was not even planning to look at, wasn't even planning to consider them, and you know, I'm torn about it. But here we are. They were able to give me a sandwich tonight, so they are now included, and I will put them on McDonald's side of the bracket. So, Burger King. Oh, McDonald's versus Burger King, classic battle. So, all right. So I don't know where I'm going to stand. I don't know where I'm going to stand on this. Burger King. They have a fine product, you know, and it's best for them. Burger King's good. Not ashamed to say that. But they do have pretty inconsistent quality, so that makes it hard to trust, and thus shy away from it often. Fun thing about tonight, I was in line for 43 minutes to wait for this sandwich. So from 8:05 to 8:48, I was waiting in the Burger King line. Yeah, that was fun. Probably why I missed out on Wendy's. What a shame. So, but now Burger King gets to go against McDonald's in the Chicken Madness chicken sandwich bracket. All right. Burger King in paper wrap. Like to see it. Not trying to be something they're not. McDonald's. Okay. So this is the spicy variety, but it also looks to have lettuce, mayo, and tomatoes as well. Looks fairly lovely. Not bad for Burger King. Bun looks good, a little messy with the lettuce and mayo, but could be worse. Top of the bun looks a tad greasy. I think some of that is I don't know, what kind of bun is this? Is this brioche? I don't know. I think it's brioche. Some of that's probably the brioche. Some of that's the mayo. Mayo on the top of the bun making it greasy. Love to see it. All right. Top of the bun. Got mayo. We got tomato sticking. Got a little lettuce. This patty looks weird. So weird. We're not going to hate on it, but it's very, I don't know. It's a patty, you know. It looks very consistent, very pressed. Bottom bun is held its shape. Interesting looking patty. Top bun's held its shape. Certainly much better than McDonald's did. Stayed presentable in this nice paper wrap. Well, McDonald's seems to have been crushed in the foil-lined wrap. So, all right, Burger King spicy chicken sandwich. Bottoms up. All right. Well, really don't want to lead with this, but I can't get over it. It's big. My biggest impression is the greasy top of this bun. Whether it's supposed to be that greasy or it's from the mayo being wrapped in it, whatever. As you take your bites, your lip slides across the top of the bun, and it's kind of gross. But I mean, it's fine. It's just weird how your lip slides across this greasy bun. So that aside, honestly, it feels so. The 1996 Wendy's spicy chicken sandwich that I referenced earlier, it's a lot like that. The bun, besides the greasy top, is fine. The patty is average. Thankfully, the spice lives in the breading, so there is a very mild spice. It's flavorful. It's fine. Patty is pretty dry, so not as dry as McDonald's, but it's not at Chick-fil-A's level. It's dry, but slightly above average dry. Fine. Spice is mild, but fine. Good, okay flavor. Lettuce, mayo, tomato. It's kind of a unique offering in the sandwich we're looking at today. Both Chick-fil-A and the McDonald's are, pickles, just pickles. So slightly different, but all in all solid. Putting it head to head against that McDonald's sandwich. The Burger King sandwich is $5.29. I waited in line for 43 minutes for it. McDonald's sandwich was $4.23, and I waited in line 5 minutes for it. The Burger King sandwich, well, let's say this. The McDonald's sandwich, I know for a fact I will never get this sandwich again. For $4.23, I could get like 4 McChickens for the price of this thing. And frankly, I think those are better overall on a 1v1 basis. Give me 1 McChicken over that thing, nonetheless, when it's like 4 times the price. But I will also probably never be having this Burger King spicy chicken sandwich again. It was fine. And if I did go to Burger King, I probably would get it. I probably would, despite it being $5. I would probably get it. But I'm not going to go to Burger King. So, I don't know. I mean, if I wanted something like the Burger King sandwich, I would go to Wendy's to get their classic spicy chicken sandwich. But comparing the two on a sandwich by sandwich basis, I'm going to give it to Burger King. Burger King beats McDonald's. Woohoo. Which, I mean, they tend to. I mean, when you're just looking at their product compared to McDonald's, it's really not that bad. But it comes down to quality control, and that is not as consistent at Burger King. So, huge variation. Can't trust the service, hence sitting in the drive-thru for 43 minutes. So, McDonald's will tend to win out almost every time in the long run. Well, yeah, they'll win out just because of inconsistency. And with fast food, it's all about consistency. So, Burger King advanced. We got only one person on the other side of the bracket, and that's Chick-fil-A. So, Chick-fil-A, the OG. I'm sure you're all familiar with it. Not much to say. I've already eaten that sandwich tonight. So, I had to eat it while I was waiting in line at Burger King for 40 minutes. So, as I said, we're going to need to edit this heavily. We are now going to cut to my clip in the Burger King line eating this Chick-fil-A sandwich. Enjoy. Coming into this, I wasn't even sure I was going to review them because I was so confident in their product.
I just didn't think it was necessary they'd be included in the tournament. But, you know, just with how crazy the night's been, I kind of am just going for what I can get at this point. And Chick-fil-A was able to get through a long line in about 15 minutes and get my sandwich. So as I sit here in the Burger King lot, I will review Chick-fil-A. So here it is, the spicy chicken sandwich from Chick-fil-A. The OG. Got a bun. Nice little layer of grease glistening on the underside of the bun. Just a beautiful patty. It really looks great. Quality. Breading looks good. Not too bready, not too greasy. Just a great balance. And then 2 lovely pickles here on the bottom. All in all, very presentable. Looks fantastic top to bottom. Would expect nothing less from Chick-fil-A. So, give it a go as I sit here and wait in the Burger King line. Well, it's just fantastic, I must say. You know, as I said before, like when looking at it visually, it's like kind of the perfect balance of, you know, not being too greasy, but not being too bready, and I think that is a perfect description of the chicken patty. It's just so good. The spice in the spicy chicken sandwich lives in the breading, and it's pretty spicy. I mean, it's not too spicy, but in terms of a lot of the sandwiches at fast food places, they're not necessarily that spicy. What this is, it packs a good amount of heat, good standard, just a good baseline of heat. Not too hot, not too not. So, yeah. So the patty, just excellent. I don't think it's possible for it to be beaten, but we'll see. Who knows? We may have another shocker. The bun, I think the bun may just have been a tad too steamed, and that may have just been from the few extra minutes it was in the bag. I think if it never was in the bag, I think the bun would have been fine, but I think just it being hot, fresh in the bag for a few minutes, just steamed it a little too much. So if that was my one complaint, the bun, a little too steamed, but ultimately fine. Excellent sandwich, top to bottom. Pickles, you know, not a huge player in the sandwich, but as you make your way through the sandwich, they provide a little pickle flavor, a little surprise, mix it up. You know, first few bites are all heat and chicken and bread. Then you get to the middle, there's a little pickle.
And welcome back. Okay. So, Chick-fil-A comes in. They weren't even in the bracket. You know, I think we all know they're going to beat Burger King. The sandwich is $4.50. Yeah, the Chick-fil-A spicy chicken sandwich is just a treat. Every time. It's fantastic. It's worth the $4.50. Much better than Burger King. Just not even considering everything else. Just the sandwich is significantly better. McDonald's just not even worth comparing. Pretty soon I'm sure the McDonald's sandwich will be soon shuffled off into the dustbin of their chicken sandwich history, and they'll bring back one of the past ones and then bring this one back in 20 years, but none of them will stick because they're not, I don't know, we'll find out. So, no big surprises, nothing crazy here today. Big chain of events. I was hoping to have more people in consideration, but ultimately our considered set was Chick-fil-A, McDonald's, Burger King, and no surprise, Chick-fil-A was by and far superior.